Hey guys, okay, so I've just done a video of just essentially just sort of catching up, really. I've been very quiet the last couple of weeks. I'm in a ridiculous amount of pain, so you're gonna have to bear with me. But this video is about diabetes. All through the year, there are diabetes awareness days, events. I did a fundraiser myself earlier in the year. Diabetes is an invisible illness that really can and does rule many lives, type 1 and type 2. Both very different conditions, both controlled in very different ways, both to be lived with in different ways as well. I know a young lad that's got type 1 diabetes, and I know that his parents, his mother, is now having to stay up through the nights and be checking his BM and dealing with all of that, and that's got to be hard. It hurts when you see your kid hurting and seeing your child unwell. That's just a maternal instinct. So I can't imagine how that feels. So yeah, type 1 diabetes is horribly dangerous. I've met God knows how many people in hospital with diabetes. I've shared bays with them. I've heard their stories. I've seen them have hypos. I've got a friend with diabetes who quite literally keeps dropping dead in resus. When I'm not there, he is. So shout out to you, Daz. I'll try and copy him into this. Yeah, it's all about not giving up the fight. Is the problem? My mate Daz, he's one of them, and when I see that he's doing well, it's great. When I see that he's struggling, I know that it's awful. I've been in resus in our local hospital. They all know me in A&E. A lot of them know me on the wards. I know the struggle that he's going through, but I haven't got diabetes. But my body creeps up on me and does what it wants, when it wants, however it wants. So I can empathise there, but it's a condition that people really don't understand is the problem. I'm not trying to educate people about conditions. I don't have a medical background. My background is law. I don't have a medical background, but strangers keep coming up to me and telling me how much they enjoy following the page. So this is the bit that's hard. Type 2 diabetes gets a lot of bad press. Diabetes in general gets a lot of bad press. People blame a lot of it on diet and stuff like that. And yeah, environmental factors and stuff, they can affect your health. People keep telling me the right diet will cure my MS. Don't believe it for a second, but each their own. My granddad had type 2 diabetes. It was diet controlled. He didn't have hypos. He wasn't collapsing all over the place. He wasn't in a bad way at all. I can only apologise for how depressing this video is, by the way, but there is a point to it. 8 years ago to this week, I was spending my time in the HDU department with my granddad after he got taken up there, after being taken into hospital with a sore on his foot, on the underneath of his foot, that I'd been taking him every week to have dressed and redressed at the renal unit at our local hospital, and everything seemed okay. And he would tell me it was fine. and I would tell him that I was fine. We were both full of shit, and it turned out that it wasn't fine, and he ended up in hospital with MRSA within the wound that was in his foot from his diabetes. From the MRSA, he developed septicemia. He was being kept in isolation as it was, and he was moved up to HCU, the high dependency unit, when he developed septicemia, which is a very real risk. And within days he was gone. 8 years ago to this week, I was having my last ever conversation with the most important person in my life at that time. This video isn't about my loss. It's about me acknowledging it, but it's about the fact that my granddad wasn't insulin dependent. My granddad wasn't in and out of hospital. He wasn't having serious problems with his diabetes. He was fine, you know. He was fine. You know, illness can creep up on you so quietly and so fastly. That's what my MS did with me. That's what my granddad's diabetes did with him. I was going to do this exact video when I did the diabetes fundraiser, but this time of year just makes it so much more raw, so it seems more fitting. So yeah, on the 22nd, which is only a couple of days off, that'll be the anniversary of me losing my granddad, of me being on hospital corridors instead of being in a hospital bed, of me making phone calls that were breaking my heart, of me having my last conversation, of me desperately offering a kidney in case it would help, even though they told me it would kill me and would do nothing for my granddad. Diabetes isn't always because people live on cake and drink Coke. Diabetes is sometimes just one of those things, and some people are born with it, some people develop it, some people it is induced, but it is most definitely underestimated to people that do not understand it. And this video is for you guys. This video is for the people who are living a life where they're surrounded by what they feel is misunderstanding. I wish there was more I could do to help. I do. I will fundraise again in the future. Doesn't quite seem enough though when it's personal, but yeah. So as far as invisible illnesses go, this week isn't about MS for me. This week is about diabetes and how complicated life can become from something that doesn't always need to become so complicated. So yeah, I'll speak to you guys soon.